a goal, but ready to fight. Standing tall, doing what's right. Shining truth like a firelight. Daddy's wisdom running deep taught me promises I gotta keep. Breaking chains, leaving pain behind. Calling out the crooked kind. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again. Ain't no fear when I'm around. Justice stands on solid ground. One last chance to make it right, or face the reckoning tonight. In the dark where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again. In the dark, where shadows creep, truth rings out, it cuts so deep. Ain't no price to make me sell. Standing strong, I know too well. Oh, the truth cuts through the lies. No more secrets in disguise. Second chances, they wear thin. Spawntrooper rides again.
Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. Warning: the following video contains strong language, which may be offensive to some viewers and/or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only. Thank you for your attention. It would be a good idea to actually unmute myself. So, How is everyone doing? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Gail, David, Debbie, Daniel. Who have I missed? Who have I missed? Crazy Claire, and good morning. Aussie Jen, good morning. And Gail was first as well this morning. Hopefully the music's not too loud, just a chill out music. And today we're going to talk about a couple of things that, I mean, we're going to try and keep it as low key as possible. But one thing I have to say is, my God, you do research. When you do research on people, it's just phenomenal what you can find. Mr. Magoo, aka Mr. Luthman, you upset a shitload of people. In fact, you upset so many people. One of them, I think, even challenged you with $100,000 to prove them wrong. But that's something else. But anyway, good morning, Lucy Lady, Juliet. Good morning. I got bored this morning, and I decided just to do like 20 minutes of just quick checks and just do a little bit of Google stuff. And the crap that I found, excuse me, on Reddit, Jesus, there's a lot. So this guy is an absolute disgrace to the profession of lawyerism, not voyeurism, lawyerism. Because I just can't get it. And also, I need to reevaluate a couple of things, but yeah, that can be done over the next couple of weeks. Who have I missed? Daniel, good to see you again. Juliet, good morning again. Missy Lady, hi. It amazes me how immature and how individuals can become. I mean, like, look at the crampons. The crampons sit on their platform, going through all these different, thinking that they're clever, thinking that they're funny, sharing screenshots from the Facebook. So we know that they post and are in that Facebook group. Been saying that from day one. What I can't understand is this: the fact that they're being taken to court is what gets me, is the fact that, like, they seem not to give a shit. Now, is that saying, that they think that they can walk away from this? I doubt that very much. I mean, especially Lisa Crampon Lee, Wabusi. You've basically made a bed on the Titanic, and you don't realize it's your day is going to come in court, and you're not going to be laughing. And something else, I find it very interesting that you guys have got nothing better to do, like a lot of people, and watch other people's streams, and then try to lie your way out of a hole which you can't get out of, which is amazing. But it's become a norm this day and age. Now, I'm just absolutely gobsmacked. I'm actually go. And Daniel, it's really good to see you. Welcome to the stream and welcome to the platform. And remember, stick to your guns. You've got some decent individuals as moderators, and just listen to them, trust them, and that they're the ones they're the only ones you need. You got Triz, you got EMS, you got Moosey Lady. You've got some good people there, and just let them help you, and and don't be used again. Yeah, but we're not going to talk about that, Daniel. I appreciate it, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about them. All right. If I'm Because at the end of the day, it's pointless. I want you to come. I want you to chill out, relax, and just have a good night, or whatever time it is. Juliet, you would think they would shut up. I mean, a lot of people should shut up. I mean, like, I'm a type of person. If I make a mistake, or if I try to remove it, rectify it, or I just fucking ignore it and just carry on. Because at the end of the day, you just can't satisfy the populace. Because at the end of the day, when you've got an opinion, or when you notice something and you point it out and it gets ignored, then who do you blame? Who do you blame? Yeah, Daniel, I know, mate. I know. I mean, for me, the important part for me right now is to try and figure out what level. I mean, if you just take everything away for a second, and you look at the Lisa, like the Flea one, right? What interest is it to her? That's true, Debbie. Right? That's so true. What interest of all this? Look, let's be realistic about this, right? Point one, right? Lynette and John, right? Vases, what the hell's, yeah? Right? At first, it wasn't even with Lynette and John. Right? The issue was with the water. Let's recap here. Right? So the water issue, right? And then something happened. I still need to figure that one out, but that's in the past. But shit happens. Then the crap starts with Lynette and John Cook. John Cook threatening with using a pew at pointing a pew at people. All right, and it just gets out of control from there, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Now Jeremy does vlogging or vlogging, all right? So daily videos, or does videos, and he covers that, right? Right, he covers the issue. So, don't jump the gun yet, crazy clown. All right. So they send a cease and desist, and that is ignored. Right. So this goes on and on and on. Then suddenly, out of the blue, the fleas jumping on this. And at first, if you actually watch the videos and everything else, I mean, there's a lot of people involved. There's a lot of wheels in this working machine. And the thing is, if you pay attention, the crampons had nothing to do with this case whatsoever. They injected themselves into this, right? So they jumped on this, and they thought, this will get us content, right? But they went one step further. They got in touch with Lynette, right? But at the time, you've got Deuce Boy, right? Now Deuce Boy, yeah, was already on platforms talking about it. He's already contacting other YouTubers and everything else, right? And he's injecting himself into that legal aspect of it. And the reason he injected himself, right, because he is an ambulance chaser, the reason he injected himself is because he was trying to get the legal documentation from Silverman. But Silverman went, "Yep, not happening unless you pay me 16,000 out the outstanding bill of $16,000. That's not happening." And Deuce Boy threw a wobbly, right? So one thing leads to the other. They've now jumped on the bandwagon, so that means they're in communication. Deuce Boy now is saying that he's pro bono, but obviously due to the fact that we've seen the documentation where everyone had to sign it, and I think the primary or the first payment was $4,800. Interesting, don't you think? Now, so you got the crampons now building this case, right, or building this story base for themselves. Unbeknown to them, there's people like me who do research. And it wasn't long until we figured out who they are and what, everything else. And then things started falling into place. And Lisa made a lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes. Because, like, I know that she was listening to me. I know quite a few of them were listening to what I was saying. Because, like, if you notice, sometimes I will say stuff and things suddenly happen the day after or a couple of days later. I'd say, oh, well, no one's been on their platform for days or weeks. And then suddenly the next day, yeah, there's 8 of them. Coincidence? And she says that she worked in the music industry. Well, if she worked in the music industry, she wouldn't be trying to sell fake crystals, right, online, because they are fake. They're resin. Unless someone can explain to me where you can find crystals that look like man sausages. Yeah, I mean, midget man sausages. Now, within a couple of months, right, the grifting starts. But at the same time, Deuce Boy makes a lot of mistakes. By this time, I've already got under his skin, and it's obvious. It is very obvious that I got under his skin extremely quickly because I challenged him. Because I noticed a discrepancy. Not a lot of people noticed that discrepancy, but I did. Right? It's because the fact that Lynette Preston, with all her names and aliases and different addresses that she's lived in since 1996, right? And the fact that the amount of GoFundMe's she does and did, right? Now you have to understand, if someone does a GoFundMe and they get $50 or they get $100 or there's $150 on there, and they're asking for $5,000 or $6,000 or $2,000 or whatever, it doesn't matter if they get that money or not. The fact is, the people, right, are blinded or blindsided, and they donate money, and where's that money going? Where does that money go? Certain things on their property change, like the Jeep didn't have any stickers, then suddenly it did. I mean, their income, they got a few grand each month. Plus, that's including the money for the child benefit or whatever you call it over there. Right? But the thing is, a lot of things that happened right at the get-go happened again. Yet again, John Cook, with his unfucking believable ability to point pew-pews at people. What happens? He goes to jail. Did you notice when he went to jail for that month, right, things sort of changed, right? The amount of times that she phoned the police. I mean, at one point, right, they could have opened a police station on that property. It'd have been much quicker. Right? So you got that. Now we move on. We already know half of what's going on. But all this whole time, you got the fleas or the crampons, whatever you want to call it, right, going on and on. No, the moment, here's one thing you have to understand. The moment I saw Volpe appear, and his pet peeve is, excuse me for a second. Anyway, where was I? So yeah. Anyway, so we've got Super Dave, aka Jabba the Hoot. What a fucking clown! All right, he's trying to, play mind games. He's trying to be clever, and then obviously all these emails get dropped. Well, don't you find it very interesting that I personally think that these emails were dropped deliberately, because I don't think it was a mistake. I mean, we all knew about them, about emails, but the fact that Shah Michelle decided to show people the truth, an insight of what it's like behind closed doors with these idiots, and they still carried on. They still sat on these platforms and flapped their gums and, spoke a lot of poo. But a lot of people were missing certain things. And, like, obviously, someone asked me one night, said, "Can you have a look at this screenshot?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, okay." And she gave me this screenshot, and she went, "Tell me what you, I mean, you probably might, because you've got the mind for it. Maybe you'll see it quicker than I can, because there's something wrong." And I went, "Yeah." She went, "What?" I said, "The signature." She went, "What do you mean?" I said, "Well, Scott Stark, middle name is Reed. And I know that I can't spell for shit, but even I know that Reed is spelt with R, not S." And she went, "Oh my God, I didn't see that." And I was like, there you go. And it wasn't the first time he did that. There was a couple of discrepancies in some of the forms, or the motions, or the filings, or whatever, right? Then on top of that, we get this fucking expert, writing expert. Okay, yeah, right, sure. Self-taught, by the way, right? But Deuce Boy then complains because I mentioned, he mentioned something about, like, I mentioned something because I did some research on him, and turns out that he was divorced, or he's married for 24 years and then divorced 24 years. But the thing is, he said that. When I did the research, I found, right, the court documents in regards of his divorce, but I did not post them because I don't believe that was something to do, because at the end of the day, that's personal information. But it was public. It's just, all you had to do is type his name in, and some of the crap that you'd come across would, I mean, you can't make this shit up even if you tried not to. And it's not just that, but his egotistical behavior, writing a blog about his mac and cheese, about the Connecticut Bar Association, the disciplinary that he's done, but totally deflecting everything else. And then suddenly he's on the platform again, and he's complaining about me coughing, sneezing, farting, burping, and God knows what else. I don't even know how you could hear that I fart, because I do silent killers instead of loud ones. But that makes no sense. So I carried on, and this time I mean, I can't stand the voices of the crampons, but there's sometimes I have to go and listen to them, because the thing is, I know they're going to make a mistake, and lo and behold, they did. That night, right, he's whining and complaining that, like, about burping and everything, and they're going, "Oh." You see, when here's one thing: when Lisa, right, yeah, when Lisa is lying, or she's not telling the truth, she does that fake laugh. She goes, she does a fake laugh. And that's fact. All you have to do is, every time she does it, every time she tries to make something up, she'll laugh. She'll make that really weird laugh, right? And then suddenly Tori will come in to fucking save the day. Now, I covered Robbie as well. And the reason I covered him is because of a past thing that happened. And unfortunately, I couldn't find the thing where she said, that they received the packages Right? And it's quite funny. But the strange thing is, right, is that they said they'd never received it, and that like everyone is lying. But the thing is, right, Robbie, old chap, opened the parcel live on his stream, so they lied. Fact. And here's another thing as well, right? And I've covered this about his story about that thing burning down. Now, he had one of these little metal baths or whatever, I don't know what you want to call them. And I would say that you put in like 10, 15 baby alligators in there, is pushing it. Oh, in one picture that I came across, there were 36 baby alligators in that little thing, bucket, whatever you want to call it. All right. And if you do the research and you look at the fire and everything, now we all know that Robbie spent a year in prison and was fined $2,000, and his colleague his partner in crime spent 2 years and got $4,000 because they were selling shit abroad. Now, so far I've covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Now we got Super Dave. I mean, the guy talk about I think it was not even a day after the deposition with Lynette Preston, right? And people were talking about the fifth, fifth. I plead the fifth and everything else. I think it was a couple of days because everyone was, enjoying the fact that her behavior was just fucking surreal to say the least. Right? And here she is going on and really surreal. And the fact, I mean, she could have sucked a fucking bowling ball through that straw the way she sucked that drink out of that cup that day. Holy crap. No wonder John doesn't want to leave her. And a couple of days later, like, people are having a little bit of a giggle, and lo and behold, Jabba the Hoot, he's only going to set up a whole freaking thing about merch with t-shirts, hoodies, and stuff like that. With so that's when you start noticing the grift. That's when you start noticing people wanting to, and you are going to come across people who do that. They will try to make money. They will try to get money out of a dead brick, all right? And you're going to get that. Then you got Ray Bone Crusher, or whatever the old fella's name is, who got kicked out of his house and has to sit in his garage. Maybe because of BO or I don't know. Who knows? Right? And then obviously his car must have been in the garage because he was given a loan car or a hire car, because that brand spanking new car soon disappeared and then the old car came back. Yeah, okay, Miss Lee, bye-bye. You have a good day. All right. And but all this, okay, every single bit of behavior that you see from all these people, right? This is not including, right, Luthman or Volp. Not yet. Then suddenly we see Sharon Michelle's video. And in that video, there's an email about Bruce Matskin wanting to set up a anti-what the hell's ecosystem. And that's the day when I turned around to someone, and I'm not going to say who it was, but I turned around to someone and I went, this is an organized takedown. This is organized. All right? And I said this way before Volp and the Everclown appeared. All right? And then as soon as Volt turned up, right? It went one way. And then when that freaking absolute clown of an idiot, Luthman, turned up, it took a turn. I mean, the guy must have been sucking on car exhaust fumes or something like that, because he was out of his head, right? To accuse Jeremy Hells for being anti-Semitic. And as soon as I saw these guys appear, I knew it was organized, because this cannot be coincidental that all these people, right? Unless you can find someone who you can turn around and say, yeah, everyone is connected in one way or the other. Everyone is connected in one way or the other before they got involved in this case. Because at the end of the day, I doubt very much you will. I doubt it very much. Because the connection, here's the thing with connection of Volt. Bruce, Volt, Megan Fox. Bruce, Lynette Preston, John Cook, and the rest of the clowns. Right? And let's not forget Guapo. Yeah? Right? So you've got all these people, right, all doing the same thing. So here's the question: like, people are going around and like they're just repeating what I've said or whatever people said. Where did the money go? Lisa Rabusius stated that the money was not a donation; it was for her to do with what she wanted to do with it. And no, you're wrong there. That money was donated. Otherwise, that chap wouldn't have asked for transparency. And the fact that I've been saying that from day one, way before anyone else started saying it, and there's still no proof. Yes, someone showed me, I don't know who it was, but someone showed me a screenshot, which is irrelevant, to be honest with you, because let's be honest, even if you wanted to pull the wool over people's fucking eyes, you would have shown some sort of proof. But the only factual proof we've got, right? The only factual proof we've got in regards to the money and everything else is the fact that these banners they got from each channel, the Christmas lights and Christmas decorations and everything else, the Christmas gifts, right? That were supposed to be only for Harley, and then suddenly, right, there was a big hoo-ha about the chap who was on the live with the ATV accident. Now, I'm not going to get involved in that because, I think that is irrelevant. But they jumped on the bandwagon with that and tried to grift on that one as well. So now you've got 7 children or 6 children or, But at the end of the day, one thing we have to remember, we all have to be on the same page here. We can't blame the children. They are just unfortunate pawns in this whole situation. Right? They cannot be blamed. They can't be held responsible. Then, right, they're live streaming. And yeah, that's Jesus. You've got a box. I mean, I don't know how many cans go in that box of Miller Lite, but there was a box burning on the fire pit. They had fireworks within 10 meters of children. They were all probably. And this is just allegedly, and I assume speculative. They were probably all ingesting alcohol of some sort. All right. Here's another thing that we all seem to forget: the fact that Lynette Preston would be screaming blue murder. No one could be anywhere near the child. She even said that. I mean, Jeremy Hales put a video up a couple of days ago with her going on. She's deadly ill. Anything can kill her. Unalive and that. But here we've got multiple people walking around that young child, sitting in a car with a young child, with no masks on, no, if you want to call it social distancing from that child. That child was running around there like a child should do, running around. Right. At one point, you've got Biscuit Boy. Oh, there's another character, right? Biscuit Boy filming everything. And now what can we all remember is that, like, she, hi, host picker, and that she's going on, no one can film with my daughter, blah, 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 blah. But here we've got, and I'm not going to repeat what's being said about him, because unless I see 100% factual proof, I'm staying out, the jury's staying out to, but here we have a grown-ass adult who is filming everything and totally contradicting what is being said from their side. Now, here's another thing that probably people who didn't probably notice. There was at one point, a few months back, Jeremy Hales, bless his cotton socks, and George was sitting in the town hall waiting for the meeting. And Biscuit Boy, right, was filming. But I think Deanna was filming, or someone was filming, and they were filming Biscuit Boy. And at one point, if you look at the video, Jeremy, right, he's looking down and he's going through his phone. And I don't know if he's texting or he's looking at something. But if you watch Biscuit Boy, very fucking clever. You need to watch it very carefully. You watch him, he'll look down, and then suddenly he'll turn his phone towards, and he'll sort of like point it downwards, right? And if I can remember correctly, I'm sure I was in chat and I said someone needs to tell Jeremy that Biscuit Boy's filming his phone. So go and watch it. I can't remember if it was Deanna or Jeremy's or someone else's, but if you go and watch it, you'll see Biscuit Boy literally looking at Jeremy's phone, and he turns his own phone on that big Dougal thing, and he points the phone at him and at the phone, right? And the Biscuit Boy or anyone associated to Biscuit Boy, if you're watching, you're not that fucking clever, sunshine. You're not that clever, and you're not that tough either. So these are the things that like blow Lynette's argument out of the water, hands down, out of the water. Now let's go on to another incident that happened. Like at night time when Biscuit Boy was outside Tube Town, his friend or someone associated with him, right, he basically asked him to walk forward until the lights. Oh yeah, it's on there you go. Right, until the lights came on Tube Town. Now, why would you do that? Why would you go towards that property when you've got no business being there? Then they worry about the cameras, right? Obviously, not one of them has any experience in regards of different lenses, different types of cameras, trail cameras, and everything else. Also, they don't realize about the difference between public and private video recording. When it's CCTV, it's specifically, right, to protect one's property, not to fucking watch who goes up and down the road and record people going up the road, because that there, I would say that's stalking. That's you oh God, everything that's happened over the last 9 months plus, right? Not one of those people on that anti what the hell's ecosystem has done themselves any favors whatsoever. And in fact, they've actually made their own situation worse, because everything it's too late now. You're not going to be able to get rid of all the evidence, because the thing is, people have probably downloaded screenshots, everything that you've done. And the fact that I was able to press buttons on three people to a point where they actually slipped up and made mistakes, and then basically inadvertently told the truth. I think that's fantastic. But like I said, I'm not doing it because I'm vindictive. I'm doing it because to prove the truth and the facts. And that's another thing, right? It's okay. You can sit there and say, oh yeah, I know this, I know that. And like the other day, someone posted a link of a video from Armenia when Bruce was in Armenia. No one ever knew about that until I posted it. Now, if I hadn't posted that, no one would have known any better. But that's fine. I don't mind that, because at the end of the day, people are refreshing other people's memories. Because Bruce sort of like twisted the truth. Right? Now, did he lie? No, he just twisted the truth. He was the one who reacted negatively towards my little jipe. But at the same time, he then fucking posted the link to the court documents of his divorce, which then fucking doxed his ex-wife. Well, not doxed her, but you know. Good morning, Heidi. All right, so and a lot of, I think people forget all this, because like every day is a new fucking thing. Every day there's always something new, But people forget all the factual stuff. What about what about the fact that, and someone actually did quite well and reported it. Someone decided, and this is why, either that group needs to be wiped out and taken down, right? Or they need to stop allowing people from posting anonymously, or everyone posts anonymously so they don't leave. But someone decided to post, right, Jeremy Hill's personal information. Right? I'm not going to go into the court documents, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of hypocrisy on both sides when it comes to that. But to post you doxed, and what you did, not just with the court documents is illegal, right? Which, I presume by the moment you posted that, whoever you are, and the moment that got passed on to Jeremy Hells, that then got passed on to the feds, the lawyer, whoever, and they're coming for you, because that's if they were sealed, yeah, you're in trouble. But there is so much that people have forgot, that this is why there's a lot of confusion. This is why people are getting away of just posting crap. Now, no one has ever turned around and said, right, guys, what do you think? I mean, Crazy Clown made it, the LMNLP alphabet and Cook should have shut up after the cease and desist. Been saying that from the moment go. Of course they should have, but they didn't, because they don't know how. Crazy Clown, they just don't know how, mate. You have to understand that some people will actually understand and actually get a grip of reality. And when, oh my God, this is a registered letter, you've been told now to stop, blah, 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 cease and desist. If you continue, legal action would be taken. And I think they just looked at it and went, no. I don't think they understood. Now, if someone went to their property and said, look, you need to stop all this, you need to stop making comments on Facebook, multiple Facebook groups, blah, 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 right? Maybe there'd have been a different outcome. However, that never happened, because I think, if I can remember correctly, she also received a cease and desist from someone in Northport. Yeah, go figure. So it has come to the point where you have to sit back and you just watch, because that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting back and I'm watching. But I will comment on stuff that I don't agree with, or I will comment on stuff that, like, hey, hang on a minute, it's very easy to fucking say something. It's very, very easy to sit here and go, yeah, this, and this, that, them, they, all that crap. But unless you can actually show factual proof, right? Even when you show, and this is one thing I have come to realize, you can show factual proof and people will still call you a liar or still not believe what you say. Especially when it comes to all these people who've got the gift of the gab and they can articulate they sound very posh, and people go, "Oh, you're very, I like you. You're very posh. I like you a lot." Oh, see you, sir. Right? And it is, yeah. It just it makes the small picture very large very quickly. There's a lot of hypocrisy going on. For example, and if I said to you, excuse me, if I said to you, all of you right now, I know for a fact that Richard Luthman says that he can speak Klingon. Would you believe me? Press 1, yes. If do you not believe me, press 2. I'm being serious. Press 1 if you believe me, press 2 if you don't. And be honest. Be straightforward, be honest. Aussie Gent, very easy. Remember, I did this in the past as a job. You don't believe me. Okay. 1, believe me. 2, you don't believe me. So you don't believe me. Right. Okay. Yeah. 1. So I've got 2 each now. So two. Oh, fucking hell. So it's Panorama and Debbie. Okay. No, Daniel, don't apologize. Don't apologize. You've got every right to disagree and agree. Right? Don't you dare apologize. Don't you worry about it. All right? Don't you worry about it. All right? So right, okay. There you go. There you go. These are the languages that Richard Luthman apparently speaks. So, bonjour, Monsieur Luthman. Ça va, toi, connard? Hola. Buongiorno, Senor Luthman. Schönen guten Tag, Herr Luthman. Wie geht's Ihnen? Labern Sie heute wieder mit der Scheiße aus dem Arsch? Dabei. Sputnik, prick. English, Latin. Uh-huh. Elementary, Klingon, elementary. Ukrainian, Romanian, Dutch. Dankable. Now, here's the thing, right? What the fuck have you got Klingon in there for? Out of all these languages, okay? Out of every single thing you've put on there, you put fucking Klingon. I mean, why didn't you put Ferengi or fucking Vulcan or fucking Romulan, or fucking Breen, yeah, or Cardassian? But no, you had to put Klingon on it, right? Because you think you're fucking tough now. Well, in fact, you're not. What you are is a clown. Now, I could show you something else as well. You see, I'm not a bastard. I'm an equal opportunist. I treat everyone the same way. You know, I don't treat anyone differently unless I find something very fucking interesting. Now, if I said, "Oh, I've got," I mean, I did 20 minutes research this morning, and lo and behold, right, You spent 4 years doing your Bachelor's of Arts philosophy, right, in a university in the city of New York. Congratulations. Activities and societies. Columbian University rugby. You played rugby. And you call and you call yourself an investigative reporter, a writer, editor, and investigative reporter. Is this because you can't call yourself a lawyer anymore? Is that why? Yeah, crazy car. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with us, but all right. From 2004 to 2005, this is 10 years before you ended up going in federal jail, right? You did your master's degree in Miami. And from 2001 to 2004, right, you spent your time a Juris Doctor cum laude, right, in New York Law School. So technically, you haven't been, interesting. Interesting indeed. Right? And before you, and this is why I'm not showing this screenshot, because it's got an email address on it. And I mean, dude, you are an absolute buffoon. Seriously, right? There's people who I do not like that I have met through this situation that I would actually give them a little bit more respect. Seeing that, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. This is. I mean, I'm going to read some shit. Actually, in fact, you know what? I am going to read it out. I'm going to read it out to you. All right. So, first of all, good morning, everybody. I hope that everyone is having a fantastic morning, Kim. Good morning, my dearest. All right. And I'm going to read something out to you. I think it's only fair. I think it's only fair for me to read this out to you because. Oh! I nearly forgot. Tamara. Good morning, Miss Matskin. You're either very slow or you don't understand the English language. And here's the reason why. The fact that you posted, right? And the fact that you've got under your name, you've got helping founders and small law firms launch. Yeah, sure you do. Right? You know, a little bravado and everything else. And the fact that you've doxed your own husband. Right? Because the thing is, when people click on his name, also Bruce, Law LLC, and when they click on that, they will see the information. So you've doxed him, and he cries wolf about everyone. Hi, good morning, Amorga. The fact this is fucking stupid. Anyway, I knew there was something I forgot to mention. Oh yeah, can you freaking dox? Yeah, okay, whatever. Right. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. I like that truck. Oh no, you crashed the truck. What an idiot. Okay, right. You know, if people had brains made of dynamite, you wouldn't even allow them to go anywhere out. Anyway, shit. Where did I put that freaking link? And this is publicly available. Anyone and everyone and their fucking dog can. Wait, what's that? Man sausage. That's a man sausage. Man sausage. Right, and here's the thing. This is on Reddit. Okay, now, and this is all public information. So I'm going to read this out. All right, I don't know exactly what this was about. All right, but oh wait, did I fucking save the wrong one? I'm an idiot. I saved the wrong one. Oh shit, a brick. Dang it. Oh no, wait, no, no. Yes, no, maybe. Oh my god, I got so many bookmarks. I need to get a secretary just to deal with it. Please hold, your call is important to me. Oh my god, have I got so many bookmarks. Oh, no, shit. No, 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 no. Wrong bookmark. Anyway, right. Aha, here we go. Right. Okay. Oh shit. Hang on a minute. Hang on a second. I need to do this. Oh my god. What? Right, where is it? Where's that Reddit? Where's the Reddit one? Because I'll tell you one thing, guys. I'll be very honest with you. I was a little bit surprised when I read this. No, wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the one. Ah, there you go. That's the one I want. Right. I'm going to read this out to you. Now, this. Okay. I'm just going to. No. No. Right. Okay. There you go. But anyway, please don't get right. I'm reading this out per. Actually, Frank, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to screenshot it and then I'm going to go like that. Like that. I am going to go like that. Now, you have to remember, this is 2 years ago, and I'm going by... Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. I'm going by what I am seeing in here. Okay, so I am going to show you this, and you know, at the end of the day, it's public information. It's on Reddit, and at the end of the day, okay, right. Now this, I mean, obviously, I can't verify any of this. I am reading this as you are seeing it. Okay, right, and basically, these two here, right. This is basically what I'm going to be reading out to you. All right, so enjoy. Okay, right, let's move on to the next screen. What could possibly go wrong? So it's coffee time. Enjoy. Anyway, so please don't give your money to Frank Palato, Crooked Pal, Richard Lufman. I've been made aware of the Frank Report contributor Richard Lufman is using a crowdfunding website to raise money. This money is for a group of younglings whose identities and images Lufman uses to tug on heartstrings. Lufman has the endorsements of Frank Palato in this endeavor and is advertising in both the copy and comments and Frank Report. I am going to advise everyone here to treat Lufman's fundraiser and his continued association with Palato as suspicious. I am not opening this up to public discussion because of the privacy of the younglings involved, and also because Lufman has abused this forum to harass both me and the journalists against whom Frank Palato has a grudge. But I can provide the following reasons. Lufman provides no evidence that any of the funds he is raising are actually going to the younglings whose pictures and names he is exploiting. Ignorance is not the excuse. Lufman has a practice as a tax and estate lawyer. He is so now that the proper way of transfer money to younglings involves specialist accounts. Yet there is no mention of any such accounts, nor the integrity measures to prevent fraud or self. Now, I mean, reading that, I'm like going, dude, you need to be fucking careful what you're saying, but it's public. Lufman is disbarred. Oh, right, okay. Lufman is disbarred from a practice of law by the state of New York. for crimes of dishonesty at state and federal level. Even before it progressed into criminality, he was an admitted bullshitter through lying in politics and not itself a crime. Oh, sorry. Though lying in politics is not itself a crime. The criminal cases did show the extent of Luthman's dishonesty, including his willingness to commit. I'm not going to say that because I don't know if that's factual. And some light extortions at pew-pews. And that dishonesty continues after pleading guilty to the above crimes to win merciful treatment. Luthman expects people to believe he's the victim of conspiracy. Luthman is currently under supervised release, and he is not supposed to be in touch with Palato without checking in with these PO. In February, he moved to terminate his supervision by claiming he wanted to travel to meet with Frank Palato in the Keys and wanted to work with Palato's associates in Chicago. That motion was flatly denied by the court, who also said he should not be working for Palato while on supervised release. Further, Luthman's probation officer was taken aback by his association with Palato, who had already pled guilty in his own case, and the officers explicitly admonished him. All right, Crazy Can, you take care. If you know someone has been convicted of a felony, you must not knowingly communicate or interact with that person without first getting the permission of the probation officer. Early this month, Luthman wanted a hearing on termination of his supervision. The U.S. attorney and Luthman's probation officer continued to oppose it. Materials they wrote contained personal details about Luthman that should not be shared here, which is fucking respectful. Good. But the letter from Luthman's probation officer suggests that the officer is unaware of Luthman's continued correspondence with Palato. And about Frank Palato, he is supposed to be under house arrest for 5 months while he is being permitted to work with Luthman. And I mean, this thing, right? So this was 2 years ago. 2 years. Right? 2 fucking years. You couldn't make this shit up even if you tried. I just don't understand. I just don't. I mean, he takes the FBI to court and loses. Right? And I can show you that as well. Well, I'm not going to show you it, but I'm just going to tell you. But he goes on the 24th of 9th, 2021, he files against the FBI. Right? On the 16th of the 5th last year, okay, it was closed. And he was a plaintiff. Right, Richard Luthman submitted a FOIA request to the FBI for records concerning himself. The FBI acknowledged receipt of the request. The FBI denied Luthman's request under Exemption 7A, interference with ongoing investigations or proceedings. Luthman filed an administrative appeal. After hearing nothing further from the agency, Luthman filed suit. And basically, everything, all the documents are here. I can literally click on them and you know, and it's called the FOIA project. I mean, the guy is an absolute loon. He's a loon. He is an absolute loon. I mean, the New York Times. The New York Times. I mean, you can't make this shit. You just can't make this shit up. You just can't see or make this shit up. Oh, the New York Times. I can't read it. Oh, fuck. Oh, I have to be registered with the New York Times. Fuck off. Oh, Spectrum News. Right, unfriended. Unfriended. Staten Island political operative pleads guilty to create misleading Facebook pages. Hey, Paint Chips, if you're listening, dude, you seriously, you need to stop sniffing whatever you're sniffing. I mean, I don't know if it's shoe polish or I really don't know. And wait, IMDb? No way. Ooh, what's this? No services no longer. Thomson Reuters, United States versus Luthman, 17 CR 664. Defendant Richard Luthman, defendant abused his status as a lawyer and conspired to commit. Ooh. You see, and this is the whole thing, people. That's all right, Marlin. You can be in and out. But I tell you one thing, right? This is just on Mr. fucking Magoo. And there are, hang on a minute, there are, right, let's go to page 10. Oh no, that's 7. Okay, so basically there are 7 Google pages just on this clown. 7 pages. Oh, what's this? Well, that's interesting. Why have I found so Eröffnung der Konferenz und Programmteaser. Guardians of Quality, NASA-inspirierte Tiefkühlpizza- und Software-Workshops. Multidimensionales risikobasiertes Testen leben am Zeitlimit. Mehr als nur Kontraste, teste dich barrierefrei. Rechtsstromung AI findet die Balance between AI opportunity and risk. Wenn Performance-Test-Tools unter ihre eigenen Last zusammenbrechen. Yes, you see, Mr. Luthman, I also speak German. I was stationed in Germany, so I decided to learn the language. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's also Dutch. That's very interesting. It's funny, isn't it? The languages you speak, and there's websites coming up with the various different languages. Oh boy, oh boy. But anyway, enough about that clown. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, all right. I mean, if you think about it, the only person who hasn't basically been treated like everyone else is Guapo, Andrew Alvarez. You know, he's the only one who seems to, I don't know. Oh my fucking god! I just been sent a picture. You bastard! I need to take a screenshot of this and show you guys. Oh, you fucker! Oh god! I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking make you regret that. You are going to get a fucking. Well, he's Irish, so I can understand. What a fucker! He just sent me this. You cock. There you go. That's so wrong. That is so wrong. That is so fucking wrong. But so true. That's so wrong, but so true. Watch it, guys. Look at it. Enjoy. Oh my God, he's gonna get it. I tell you now, he's gonna get it. That fucker. Me and him have known each other for nearly what 25, 26 years, probably longer than that. You know, we served together, we deployed together, we worked together, and you know, we know everything about each other. And then next thing I just get that, and oh, you cockhead, you actually cockwomble. I tell you, I'm gonna send this to his wife, and I'll say, you see what your husband's doing to me? This is called fucking racism. That is racism. He's being racist against my culture, my. Yeah. Don't tell the wife. Um, Nothing, Eric. Good morning, Eric. So yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, friends are friends, aren't they? But anyway, guys. So there you go. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, right? Nothing is going to change until the second court case happens. That I can assure you of, because the moment the second court case starts, the realization of how much trouble they're in, right? It's just going to carry on. People are going to talk. You're going to get everyone's opinion. People are going to post shit, and it's just going to go on and on and on until the second court case happens. Once that second court case kicks in, right, then it's game on. Then you're going to see the changes in attitude, changes in behavior. You know, people are start going to grow up, and then once all the court cases are done, everyone's going to go their merry way. And who knows? I mean, maybe the crampons and swamp lizard will decide to pick on someone else. Aussie Gen, this guy, I tell you one thing, he's not the only one. There's a few. I mean, I'm not going to show you the one that my other friend sent, and it was actually a commissioned officer. The last time I spoke to him, last time me and him were standing next to each other in uniform, he was a major. I think he's gone up. I think he went up, never ranked, and then left, and then got out. And I think he got a job, you know, working away for 6 months a year. And I don't know if it's Dubai or the Emirates or somewhere, but he yeah, he's a fucker as well. He sent me something the other day on WhatsApp, and I went, "You fuck," and it was funny. But I tried to stay politically correct, where he tries to get me into a lot of trouble, especially with a wife. But that's what friends are for. They're supposed to get you into trouble. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah. But there you go. I mean, so now the floor is open. So guys, have chat. Let's talk about what I've brought up, and yeah. So, but one message I am going to send out to Richard, Mr. Magoo Luthman. Here's one thing you need to remember. Don't be proud of what you've done, because that only shows you the type of character you are. You know, you've got no integrity. You've got no selfless commitment. You've got no ethics whatsoever. You think you're tough, which you're not. All right. You think that you're clever with words. Yes, I'll give you that. You are clever with the words. You're good with the gab. A lot of people are good with the gab. But one thing that you don't realize is that your gab will get you into trouble, and it already has. I mean, the fact that you tried to entrap people by walking down the street and telling everyone where you were, what street you were on, what location you were at, and where you live. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there who are not very clever, right? And hopefully, yeah, they didn't notice it, but I did. Oh, just to basically that apparently Luthman. Hey guys, shall we show Eric what he missed? Let's show Eric the languages that Richard Luthman can speak. Yep, Eric. He speaks. He speaks Klingon. He speaks Klingon, mate. Klingon. Oh my god! And out of all the, obviously he's a Trekkie. Well, he looks like one. He looks like actual fact. If you put big ears on him, he'll look like a Ferengi. And just for the record, Paint Chips, aka Luthman, aka Mr. Magoo, you're never ever going to get any type of credibility from me. Not for me, definitely not. Hell, there are people who I detest. I will give them more credibility. You're just an absolute clown. So anyway, so guys, hit the floor. Go ahead. Yeah, let's have a chat. How can you? I mean, how can you? I just can't get over that fact that you put Klingon. I mean, how professional does that look? Oh, I speak Vulcan. Really? Yes. Live long and prosper. Yeah, there you go. Oh my god. You'd think that, like, with all that's been done and said and everything that's happened, you'd think that, like, these idiots would come in with more, more etiquette and more professionalism. Like, considering that, like, they're trying to portray themselves as was an event, well, a writer, God knows what else, and the other one says he's a journalist. I mean, they're both fucking idiots. So what's your opinion then, guys? What do you think? Okay, I tell you what, give me a score out of 10. What do you think are the possibilities that any of these idiots will actually walk away with a win? I speak Aussie, F off. Fuck off. So give me a score out of 10. How many, what, oh, it's all right. It's all right now. My toenail fell off. Did I mention that actually? Yeah, my toenail fell off. Okay, so we got 0. So any takers on 1? Any takers on 0? Fucking hell, I got 0. Any takers on 3 out of 10? Any takers? No, so far. So we've got 3 zeros at the moment. Yeah. Actual fact, let me just check something here. Minus 10. Seagull, how are you doing? How are you? How are you? Oh, you play with a little. I was saying, what is the score out of 10 of them walking away with anything? Wait, am I seeing things? I could have sworn I just saw Seagull. Oh, yes, you have. There you go. My small one, my little one. I heard that you had some issues, Facebook issues, Seagull, or that you went in defense for someone. Well done. Excuse me a second. I heard that you had some issues, Facebook issues, Seagull, or that you went in defense for someone. Well done. Excuse me a second. Some issues, Facebook issues, Seagull, or that you went in defense for someone. Well done. There you go. That's better. Oh, anyway, so I hate how slow our system is that still lets these people get away with this stuff. Well, you shouldn't be getting an echo, and if you are getting an echo, it's because of the music. I can always stop the music. That's not a problem. I mean, I only put it on to there. You go. They put up. Yeah, I know. I was talking about it earlier on. Um, yeah, that is actually that. There is actually that, and also his uh, his divorce documents as well. That's going to come back to bite someone on the backside. I tell you, they're not going to like the. I think legally, yeah, they're not going to like the resolve that's going to come from that. That's a big mistake on their part. I know. See, I mean, I try. To be perfectly honest with you, I go in there once in a while just to update myself on the bullshittery and how pathetic people are. I mean, it's basically like if you want to get a reaction or an emotional a reaction, then go, you know, because at the end of the day, there's no people say there's admins in there, and they're not. There's not, because if there was admins in there, right, a lot of stuff would have been dealt with. And also, um, people saying, "Oh yeah, there's admins in there because the post didn't get posted and stuff like that." No, in fact, if you've got a slap off Facebook, they do actually restrict it. Sometimes what they'll do, like if you are, if you got like orange or you're on restrictions, then sometimes Facebook will actually, like, instead of allowing you to post, all they'll do, they'll send it to the admins for admin approval. And due to the fact that there's no one in that group, uh, no, no one in that group that actually administers, because you can check. There's only one person, and that's the person who started that group. Now, rumor control says it's someone in the what the hell's camp, and then someone else says it's someone else who's on the ecosystem camp. I don't really care. The fact of the matter is, like, personally, right, the sooner that if that group gets taken down today and disappears, and everyone loses that platform, within seconds there'll be a new a fake what the hell's group within seconds, and then that's when you'll have problems because the moment someone starts a new group like that, okay, that's when you come. That's when we venture into the dictatorship of censorship and everything else. And if you think Facebook was bad, just go into Facebook groups that there are some that I am aware of. There are some I know. I hardly say anything in these groups because at the end of the day, I like to say what I think, and I say things as I say them. I am a very sarcastic. In actual fact, my level of sarcasm depends on your level of stupidity, and unfortunately, people are so stupid, right? People wonder why Idiotsville is a ghost village in Oregon because all the idiots are in fucking most of the idiots are in that Facebook group. Oh yeah, Grapple for sure, Grapple for sure. And here's another thing. Now I don't like bringing this up because I don't like involving family members of anybody, but unfortunately, right, the anti what the hell's ecosystem, okay, took every bit of advantage of his son, and I wouldn't be surprised if but I just think that once you step over that line, yeah, you've made quite a few mistakes there. And Grappo, you're just scum. You're just scum. And and your ex girlfriend did the best move ever, and that's to leave you. You're just you are. Do you know what? I if I take you and I take you and Richard Luthman and Volp. Excuse me a second. And I put you three on the same level, right? You, Guapo, Andrew, are lower than them two. You are part and parcel of the problem of this, and this involving the fucking Lisa Rabusi, because you all are connected. Robbie, you, Lisa, Jeremy, and it's all because of the hoarder house. That fucking thing triggered Lisa and you and Robbie and you, Guapo, because you tried to use Jeremy to get that hoarder house because there was quite a substantial amount to be sold and to gain because I think it was full of comics and early edition comics and stuff like that. But here's the thing. Even Lisa admitted, Guapo, you were the one who walked out first. You're the one who walked away from it, right? And you're just pun life, mate. Actual fact, giving pun life is calling you pun life is giving pun life a bad name. Yeah, slug. It's absolutely disgusting. It's just absolutely fucking disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Yeah. Um, and one thing I'm going to say this. One thing I am going to add to this. Right. I'm waiting for the federal cases to kick in. Then I'm going to get back involved again. Um, I mean, me sitting here doing research, doing some Google searches, and oh my god, here she comes. What do you want? What do you want? Hey, boop. Hi, hi, you. Hi, go and get some food. Go on. Oh, you want cuddles, don't you? Yes, you do. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah. Hey, you got some fur there. You got a bit of fluff. Yeah. Yes, you're a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a good girl. Yes. Go and get some food. Sorry about that. My pussycat wanted some attention. Go on, go and get some food. Go on. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit back and watch because I'm noticing some people making a lot of mistakes. Look, everyone can speculate. Everyone can. Yeah, go, 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 go. No, go, go, go. Excuse me a minute. Her Royal Highness wants food. Come, come on. Oh, yes, okay. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Sorry about this. Her Royal Highness has decided that she wants a snack. Oh, what is it? What is it with you girls, eh? Eh? What? Do you want this? Do you want some of this? Eh? Right. Don't do what you did last night when you were sitting on Mummy's lap. You bit my finger. Go on. Why is it that cat? Right. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. I mean, I get it. Cats are always known to be very arrogant. And there you go. Yeah. Oh my fucking! You're not a fucking dog. Don't do what the dogs do. Slowly, slowly, slowly. There you go. Slowly, easy. Right, that's it. You fucking. I swear to God, you're not a cat. You're a fucking great white furry one. Fuck off. Go on, off you go. Yeah, Jesus Christ. I tell you, put you next to a fucking great white and watch both you and a great white feed. You like that? No, that's it. That's all you're getting. That's all you're gonna get because you're gonna throw up everywhere. Don't you get this? Go on. No, no, no. Don't you do the person foot? But no, no. Don't you do the eyes? Don't. No, no, no. Oh God, you're worse than dogs. Right. Anyway, sorry about that. Wait a minute. They crossed the line with his personal and family business. Guapo is a piece of his. Seagull, let me tell you something. You say it, just say it. Right, get it out of your system and just say it because at the end of the day, you're 100% like, there you go, everyone, yeah. And you have every right to have your opinion. If people don't like your opinion, you know what they can do, don't you? All right, well, just throw them a dime bar. Right, just throw them a dime. They'll find a parking meter. They will have like 20 minutes of, self-reflection and, having a talk. I mean, where's that picture? Where's that? Uh, you see, the thing you have to remember, right, Seagull, is that what you did was admirable, to say the least. I mean, if more people would have actually, but here's the thing: that Facebook group is turning into a very, very dangerous place to be. It's not because people, try to, I mean, people go, "Oh, we know no one has ever been doxxed." There are a lot of people have been doxxed. I mean, hell, can you remember last year when they tried to dox me and they ended up doxing the wrong person? And the fact that they actually posted that, it just shows you how stupid they are. How stupid they are. And then I mean, you can guess who it is, but you know. But at the end of the day, there's only two things you can do. You can either ignore it or you can do something about it. Now, collectively, if people said, "Look, enough's enough," that group needs to be taken down. It needs to be closed down. Facebook need to do something about it, right? Then that's entirely up to every single person who doesn't want that Facebook group be there. However, what you have to understand is that freedom of speech. That's the problem. Facebook has as long as you don't break the community guidelines and the group doesn't. Uh, um, I don't know. Me personally, I would love to see that group disappear, but I doubt very much that would ever happen. I mean, it probably might disappear after the court case and everything's settled. Oh yeah, I mean, like his like the moment they started going after Travis, the moment John Cook tried to antagonize Travis, the moment they started playing loud music, and Travis ignored it, and he ignored it and ignored it and ignored it, you knew that they were going to drag him into it, and the reason being is because he helped with Lloyd's camper. That's the only reason they were antagonizing him, is because he helped with the removal of Lloyd's stuff. That's the only reason. Every single person who's done good, right, has been in one way or the other attacked by these lot. Every single person. Because if you pay attention, the only people who haven't been attacked are the people who actually work for Jeremy, who you don't see on camera, who you don't see all the time. I haven't been to Brett, Madam Mayor or Brett's live stream for a while, because every time I tried, I've missed it. So let's look at the people that these people have antagonized and gone after. You've got Madam Mayor and Brett. Yeah. You got Travis. You got Deanna. Yeah. You've got Rex. Okay. Right. So and then you got Corporal Gregory. Yeah. So all these people, right, have been one way or the other, been attacked, antagonized, and being dragged through the shit. Okay. So now, then you look at. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Do you know what yeah. Thank you Debbie. Thank you very much for reminding me. The fact that one veteran helped another veteran by selling his RV to another veteran was fantastic, and Travis helped with that, and you know people won't see that. They just these assholes. All they've done is they've turned good people into targets. No one. You don't see how many people have you seen lately remind other people about what good they did, what good Travis has done. Travis systematically alone created Tubetown, right? And it was just, the guy is a really funny guy. I actually like him. I like Julia and him. I really do like both of them. I think they're fantastic. Every time I get a chance in their life, I will go in and I'll spend time there because I like interacting with them. Same with Brett and Madam Mayor, right? I go into Tug and Megan's. I go into people's streams because I like them, because at the end of the day, right, they're genuine people, So, and now Flipping Adventures, Deanna, I mean, she's got her live stream channel. So, but there you go. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, here's the thing, House Picker. How hard is it for you to enjoy your property? They could have enjoyed their property if they would just like get their heads out of their asses and stop playing the victims, because so far I see a good side and a bad side, and unfortunately for Lionel and John Cook, they're very easy. They don't give you that much of hard work or hard job to actually figure them out. They do everything for you. But hopefully, this court case will sort things out, and hopefully, you know, something constructive and positive will happen, so the little one will get a somewhat decent, safe, and secure environment where she can grow up. Because obviously, with her shouting and that stuff the other day on his stream, a 5-year-old would just not say Super Dave. You have to literally teach a child to say that at that age. So, and you can hear it. But hey, there you go. You know, yeah. And that's the unfortunate part about this whole situation. Because there's an old saying: you give people It's like look at Daniel. Daniel was taken advantage of. People on his platform taking advantage, spreading hate and everything else. And you know, he deleted that account. He's made a new one. And Daniel, I wish you all the best with your new channel, mate. Just do what you feel comfortable doing. Just be yourself, dude. Be yourself. Don't let anyone manipulate or do anything. You've got some good mods there. You've got people who care about you, all right? And just listen. If they give you a bit of advice, but at the end of the day, you decide what you're doing with that, and don't let people intimidate you. At the end of the day, if people come in and they start giving it shit, yeet them out, yeet them, right? Right? And just concentrate on positive stuff and educate people. If need be, write down a program about teaching people how to do Excel or how to use AI, or how to edit a picture and stuff like that. You're good with computers, dude. You've got your knowledge base, right? Don't ignore what people say, because that's what I do 99% of the time. But when people attack vulnerable people, you know, just like when I was accused of, you know, attacking someone with disabilities, I wasn't. And you've got a big heart, fella, right? All you need to do, mate, is you've rebuilt bridges. Hopefully you will rebuild them stronger. You've got people who respect you and support you. And even though things that happened in the past, we all learn from it. And all I can say is that I wish you the luck and all the best. All right. And basically, and here's one thing I'm going to say: the only time you have to explain yourself to anybody is if you really, really messed up. Right? And if you know that you've messed up, right? Other than that, you don't have to apologize to anybody. Right? But enjoy it, have fun. You know, there's a website I go to get my thumbnails, and it's called deepai.org. Right? So that's deepai.org, and you can do AI chat, you can do image generator, you got AI video, music, everything. Um, you know, yeah. And all I can say is I really do wish you all the luck and all the best. And like I said, everyone is welcome here. I don't care what streams you go into, right? But just be honest and be upfront and just be yourself. I don't care when you come in here. This is your safe zone. This is your community. And I can tell you right now, from what I've learned with the people in this community, if someone comes in a negative with a negative intention, they won't last long. Especially if Eric's around. You know, the mods, they're here, but you don't see them. Right? I can tell you that now, and I can assure you that I have zero tolerance for things like this. And like I said, just be yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to no one. You don't have to explain yourself what you're saying. You know, and you know there are going to be situations where people are going to bring crap to you. They're going to be nasty and right. Unfortunately, you had to learn the hard way. But this time around, you've got people who will support you. And from what I heard, the moderators that you've got, right, you are well set up. You're going to do well, you know. And just you know, like I don't. If I don't want someone on my, if I don't want people on my platform when I'm doing a live stream, yeah, I don't have people on my live stream. But if I want people on my live stream, I will invite them in. You know, and the same thing with them. Simple. And I noticed you said something that you have to be really close to the screen to read something. I do believe there's actually a lens that you can put on a screen that enlarges, or if you press Control and then use your mouse wheel, all right, that enlarges the page. All right, I think you can go up to 280% on the page. You just enlarge the screen, the page, the browser. Sorry, well, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we are coming up to 2 hours, so the last 10 minutes, and guess what? It's Q&A time. And I just want to take this opportunity to thank everyone for coming this early in the morning. Reason being is because I've got some work to do this afternoon. I have to drive 2.5 hours to someone. And then I have to drive 2.5 hours back. Well, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. I probably might be somewhere down the neck of the woods where David Fox lives. Clangletto. So yeah, so I'm going to be working this afternoon. Well, hopefully it won't take that long. No, me and my driving, yeah, I'll probably get there quicker than an ambulance. Nashawag morning. Hey, Aussie Jen, here's the thing. All these haters, all these people who jumped on the coattail of Jeremy's coattail. Here's one thing they especially the haters, right? What effect have they had? None. They haven't had any effect. Well, okay, you know, I mean, obviously when they've had some little effect financially and, you know, psychologically, because you can tell it is a bit overwhelming for him. But, pardon me, he's doing quite well. But I tell you one thing now, I know for a fact he and George are gonna need a break after all this. Once all this court case is done, they're gonna. I hope they take time out. I hope they just take time out and refill those batteries and get back into a normal routine. And I think there's going to be a lot of people, you know, they're going to learn a lesson. Hopefully they'll learn a lesson. If they don't, we'll be back here next year at the same time. Yeah, exactly, Seagull. Well, with me, you're just getting an opinion and views. You're not getting money. Wait a minute. I'm not getting, no. Don't. Right, yeah. Um, well, no, you're good. The, the reason I wanted to do this early, right, is because I got a theory, and also sometimes I need to do something early, so I can get stuff done. Because today and tomorrow, um, I am doing a deep dive on something. I can't go into it on public, but I can say is that I'm going to be walking around. I'm going to be walking away with a nice packet. That's one thing I can say. Um, yeah, one thing I funny about friendships. What I like, I'll reiterate what I said earlier on. I have met so many nice people. Um, I have met a lot of nice people through this. But at the same time, on the flip side, I've also met some very, very, very toxic and negative people as well. Um, which toe was injured? It was my left small toe, which I've that's twice now you've asked me. I was picking. Unless you got a bloody memory like a goldfish. No, I'm only joking. Um, you know, but the thing is, what do you expect? What do you expect on the internet? You're not gonna get. It's just like in real life, right? It's moronic to be honest. A friend, like I said, I've mentioned before that I've got a couple of friends over in the states. One's a lawyer, and the other one's a cop. And I talk to them a lot about a lot of the stuff that goes on. And sometimes they say, "Oh, you fucking overthink things and shit," but they are in the same opinion. Is that you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. But at the same time, you know, you have to also remember is that you know are you willing to lead a horse that you don't know and don't trust? And at the same time, right, just because you don't know the horse and does that constitute ignoring that horse? No. The horse needs to drink water. So you have to be able and willing to attempt to try to communicate with the horse. You know. Yeah, Debbie. Jeremy has a fantastic support system. That I agree with you. Well, it didn't feel like a baby toe when I smacked. Freaking yeah. But yeah, the toe fell off yesterday. It went black and it just fell off. So right now I've got no toe on my small. I got no toe on my small. I've got no nail on my toe, which is oh well, shit happens. It'll grow back. It'll grow a new one. Um, I just hope that Jeremy expedites these cases. I think I don't. I'm not sure, but I heard that you can expedite federal cases, or you can, you know. But what I'm interested in, what I'm very, very interested in with a Zigga Zigga is the sanctions that are going to hit Bruce Matskin, um, because it's only a matter of time before the judge goes, "Oi, numbnut, I want you in Pensacola, tut sweet, avanti, los, schnell, yalla," right? Because it's only a matter of time. Right? They said they got the wait, was it the 14th or 13th or 14th? That's when today. It's today. Shit, it is today, isn't it? Is it today? The 14th? Oh, yes, yeah. Oh God, things with these vindictive figures are just when you think they can't play any lower. Oh yeah, I'll tell you one thing. That's And I'm not the only one who's noticed it. Look, when all this is over and done with, I'm going to be happy because then I can play games. I can start working on video editing a little bit more. I can do live streams once or twice a week. One's going to be a gaming stream, the other, and then I probably might do a couple just to chit chat, sit back and and chit chat. Um, so it's one thing I do look forward to is when all this is done and over with, and one day I may reach 1,000, or even, and at least I'm consistent. At least I'm consistent. At least I don't have to be something different or be someone different to get somewhere. I'm accepted. You accept me for who I am. I accept you for who you are. But this whole fucking situation is just, now that I'm not going to tell anyone, host picker. All I can say is that I had a really good time. Yeah, there was also a couple of issues, so I can say that there was a large group of us, and we all had a very good time. The wives had fun. The kids were running around. Uh, but we had a good time, and I got to wear my suit. Not for long, but I got to wear it. Here's the thing: when I'm not on here, doesn't mean I sit in front of the computer all day. You may think I do, but I don't. This music's really relaxing. So if there's not any more questions, all right, I want to say one thing. People, how am I? Oh, fucking hell. How am I? Hmm. How am I? It's a very good question. Um, how am I? That's a bloody good question, that. Tired. I'm tired. Bored. Irritable. Bored because you'd think that this shit would have been done by now. Irritated or irritable because so many people are so naive that they would fucking believe anything when the moment someone opens their mouth or they make a statement that it's fact. Um, Disappointed in a lot of people. Um, Regretful because I haven't followed through with stuff that I was talking about in the past. And I regret that because that basically makes me, how can I put it, a hypocrite, because I'll say, yeah, I'm going to do something, but I never do it. Um, and I'm just saddened by, being, as a father, as a parent, I am saddened to the fact that, irregardless of what your opinion is or where you come from, anyone who's a parent or anyone, irregardless if you're going through a messy divorce or it doesn't fucking really matter. What matters is the welfare of the child. And what really pisses me off is that children are used as they're weaponized or they're used as bartering tools or leverage in a argument. Rattus, you git, and that as well. I regret. Yeah, um, that, and that's one of the things. Right? I mean, the shit that's been thrown at me over the last 9 months. Trust me, it doesn't affect me or bother me in the slightest. In fact, it bores the shit out of me because I can always counteract with facts and proof and truth. So it doesn't bother me. But what bothers me is that how far people will go to lie and twist the truth and the rhetoric and narrative. And this is across the board, and it's disappointing because the thing is, you would think that people would have some sort of self-preservation in regards of their personalities, their their credibility, and I have lost a lot of trust in a lot of people. And there are people who I don't believe. The minute they wake up, that's when I don't believe it. So yeah, I'm fine, Aussie Jen. I'm fine. There you go. I don't really let this shit get to me. I don't become emotional. If I get emotionally involved, I just turn the fucking Facebook off, or I just turn shit off and go and play a game. Because I'm either one way or the other. There's no in between. You either get in both barrels or you're just getting ignored. Simple. And Rattus, it's good to see you. Good morning. I hope that everything's fine at home. And yeah, it's definitely good to see you again, buddy. But one thing I will say is this: the more people fucking flap their gums, the deeper they're digging that hole. That's true, Rattus. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Oxygen, look, listen. I have spent 3/4 of my life looking after other people and taking people first before. And seriously, it's nothing. There's not that much that bothers me. Yeah. But the shit that I've seen over the last 9 months plus. I mean, I've been following Jeremy for 6+ years, and but the shit that I've seen. Hi, Mitch. Oh, good to see you. Wait a minute, what? Just because I'm sick doesn't mean you can painted me, you wanky bollocks lil. Fucking hell, Mitch. Good morning to you too, bud. Love you. um, it's just one of those things. Fuck it. There are a couple of things that I am concerned of in IRL, that I'm dealing with at the moment. And one of them is an individual that I need to have a chat with and probably take him to my manly bosom and explain to him his undoings and his wronggoings and point him in the right direction. But that's something that I'm going to keep off the air. And I am now the proud. Well, yeah, I am now the proud owner of a Belgian Malinois and a German Shepherd, who are good as gold and very quiet. And I'll be taking him for a walk in a bit, and I'm going to look after the cat and do some work on my bike and also work on my car as well. I'm going to change the tint on the side windows. Yes, I do my own tinting. No. Also saying, oh, wait a minute, you aren't going to lecture me again, but what the fuck are you talking about, Raz? Did you bang your head when you got out of that fucking coffin? Right, wait, what? David, it could be a lot better. You could be a lot worse. Dad as well. Mum is sorry to hear that, Raz. Thoughts with your mum, dude. I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, so I was actually going to talk about a couple of things today about what to carry in your cars and stuff, but we'll do that on the next stream, and I'll specifically concentrate on that. You aren't going to lecture me again, Spawn. I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. I'm not lecturing you. Just because you allowed out your cell earlier than anticipated, right? Just don't give me any lip. No. Anyway. Shit, I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, don't worry about me. Trust me, that I can handle this, whatever it is. Right? I am a type of person. If I have too much or it just pisses me off, I just go bye. You know, I don't really care. Yeah, but I do care about how people are treated and the facts and truth. That's important to me. And you know, so far I've done quite well, and a lot of people don't like it. And fortunately for other people, because I respect other people's privacy, sometimes my hands are tied. I'm not going to show you my man bosom. How dare you, sir? How dare you, sir? Right. Anyway, guys, if there are not any questions, I am going to call it a day. We have now streamed for 2 hours and 10 minutes. One thing I am going to tell you right now, right? Love it or leave it. When I do gaming streams, okay, right. Remember, you're not just coming here to watch the game. You're coming here to interact with each other, right? So there's no difference. The only difference is, well, there is a difference. There's a little bit of a difference, and the only difference is that I will be decompressing, relaxing, having fun, right, playing a game, right. So don't make that stop you from coming in and chilling out with each other. I am good, Aussie Jen. Don't you worry about me, sweetheart. Right, and I will give her a big hug. In actual fact, she grabbed me this morning, gave me a bloody big hug. Fucking, he caught me. He fucking done a ninja on me. But anyway, guys, please look after yourself. Please take care of each other. Support each other, right? And remember, just because we're in different parts of the world doesn't mean we can care about each other. And Daniel, good luck in the future, and just keep your chin up. And Mitch, Malaikum salam zidiri, shukran. All right, and just remember, just be good to each other. Unless it's Nushua, then she needs supervision, armed supervision. So, Rattus, you take care of yourself, mate. My regards to your parents and everything, and just keep us updated. And to everyone else, have a fantastic day. And just for the word of warning, if you think I sound defeated, this is me just being chilled. This is me just chillaxing. Right. So take care of yourself, guys. Have a fantastic night, day, morning, whatever you want to call it. And much love and yeet.
they go. Live every night selling drama on demand, with crampons sitting on their ass and dicky on hand. Fake tears falling, oh I'm just speaking truth, while they pocket super chats and exploit the loons. Gator rolls in trying to act real cool, but he's stirring up heat, breaking all the rules. Haters in a circle, all bark no bite, till Spawntrooper drops and it flips on the light.
Spawntrooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawntrooper, he assesses the situation at hand. Spawntrooper, then he say the words, truth don't kneel to no one man. Spawntrooper,
The force is weak with this one. Deuces in the mix, spinning lies for the stream. He acts like a king, but his throne's just a meme. Dodging all the questions with a scripted phrase, trying to fool the crowd, but he's just a face. Bones Lacker's got a seat at the front of the show, putting up a front, but got nowhere to go. Guano's hiding in shadows, throwing shade in the chat. They all act tough, but Spawntrooper's on that.
Spawntrooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawntrooper, he assesses the situation at hand. Spawntrooper, then he say the words, truth don't kneel to no one man. Spawntrooper,
The force is weak with this one. Now the people rise, no longer blind. The lies unravel one stream at a time. Truth's not merch, it don't come in packs. And Spawntrooper's got receipts, not just attacks. He says turn off the feed, walk into the sun. This war for your mind, it's already begun. With clarity, blazing like a saber so bright, he leads the way through the digital night. Spawntroopers say,
I see you playing, keeping up the show, spinning your stories, but the truth starts to flow. Your gators pull high like you're some kind of lord, but all you're doing is striking out with the faulty sword. You're no warrior, just a puppet on strings. Your fake crown don't mean a thing. The game's up now, you're out of move. Spawntroopers here to expose your groove. Spawntrooper, he bring truth and facts to the land. Spawntrooper, he assesses the situation at hand. Spawntrooper, then he say the words, truth don't kneel to no one man. Spawntrooper,
the force is weak with this one.
One jeg duet, but I gwyd yn dod i'r amlwg.
Truth will rise in the end, no place for deceit.
May grim unwind, get a whole group on.
The force is weak with this whole bunch.